Hello, world, and welcome to Drea Vibes, where you get to know your next favorite artist or your current favorite artist through their relationship with music and any and everything that shapes their taste and sound. So today on the show, I have Sky Jetta, Big Jetta, not the little one.
Not the little one.
Definitely Detroit native and raised, but based in Chicago. It's still cold as hell up in both of them places.
It's freezing, and we're getting to that season.
You decided to stay there.
New York ain't no better.
It's really not. It's not. But we here to, accomplish our dreams or at least unlock the next toolbox.
Facts.
To get to the next place where it could be nice and tropical and we can have a soft life, right?
Well, I might be making my little debut soon, so we will see.
We will see. Anyways, how you feeling today? For real. For real.
I'm tired. I had a long New York stay. It's only been, day 3? Day 3.
Mm-hmm.
I leave tomorrow, but I'm exhausted. I feel like the fast city, it really drains you. But I love New York, so feel good to be out here.
And you spun at LeBain last night?
I spun at LeBain. That was
a Thursday.
On a Thursday. It was. They had the pool open.
I haven't seen a pool open since like 2014 or
They had
13.
the pool open. It was my first time ever seeing the pool there, so I was just like, oh, interesting. But yeah, cute space. I love it there.
Yeah, it's always like it feels very posh.
It's very,
but still kind of like house and like grunge.
Yeah,
depending on the crowd, depending on the
crowd, and then just the atmosphere. Like, the decor is very upscale, but then you have like the hallways when you go up, and it's like the spray paint, so it brings you to the streets type of feel. So I love the balance. That's me. I feel like that describes my personality.
That's what I'm getting to. Okay.
Yeah.
But before we get into all of that, I gotta just crack it all open for you and really dig deep into your first time hearing a song, period. So what's the first song you can remember hearing?
The first song I can remember falling in love with, because I can't date that back.
Dig deep.
I'm trying to dig deep. I would say the first song that I fell in love with was a song by Luther Vandross.
Which one?
It's called Wait for Love.
I haven't heard that one.
It's a great song. I just remember being a little girl in the backseat of my dad's convertible Mustang, and he's a big Luther fan.
Okay, convertible Mustang.
Okay.
My dad didn't have a convertible.
My dad had plenty because he used to build cars, but that's a whole other story.
Fire. Okay.
But I remember like singing my lungs out to that song, and we talk about it to this day. He's like, your song's on the radio right now. He'll call me or whatever. So yeah, I love that song, and I love Luther Vandross.
Okay, so that has me like envisioning a whole like scene of like one of the black movies and how it starts out.
Yeah,
your dad's building cars in the garage,
and that song comes on.
And that song comes on. So in your early ages, actually going back to that time, what other kind of music was being played in your house or around you?
I heard a lot of old school, Anita Baker, Detroit native like myself. I heard a lot of ghetto tech music.
What's that?
It's kind of like, it's like house music on steroids with a little bit of ghetto-ness to it. It's very dark, grungy, gritty. Like, who's a good example?
Because I'm interested now.
Have you ever heard of, I'm going to put you on to the new newcomers. You ever heard of High Tech?
Is it 2 I's in the H? H-I-I?
No, it's just High, H-I.
Everybody got different ways to spell names now, but no.
It's basically a form of techno music.
Okay.
But you ever heard this, like, for example, a song will be like, I beat that, what a bet. I beat that. What you got there? Like song. That type of music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like it's very grungy, but it's house music, but it's techno, but it's like a fusion.
Footwork music
is a great.
All right, copy.
Okay, because Chicago calls it footwork, so I have to keep it Detroit.
I mean, so I lived in Indiana for a long time, and most of the black people I was friends with were coming from Chicago or Gary.
Yeah.
So I knew what that juking was. Yeah, I knew what all that was. I never tried because I was not coordinated enough.
Girl. So to this day, I have never tried to footwork for real.
So is that why you stay on the DJ booth?
That's why. I used to dance. I used to do all types of dance actually, but that's complicated. That's a different type of dance.
We'll get into that. Let's go back to ghetto tech music and what else being around?
Ghetto tech, house music, jazz.
Okay.
Smooth jazz specifically, like Norman Brown and Boney James, people like that. And yeah, that's typically y'all. And my dad being a DJ himself, he introduced me to funk music and disco. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a little bit of everything.
Is your dad born and raised in Detroit?
He's born and raised in Detroit.
He's seen it all.
He's seen it all.
He's real funk music.
Yeah, he's real.
Yeah.
You know what's up.
Okay, so your
Yeah.
dad was a DJ. He built cars. He had convertible Mustangs.
Yeah.
That was pretty lit.
He's a cool dude. I love my dad. I just got the phone with him today, but he's a really cool person.
That's
My mom's cool too. I gotta shout her out because I know she sees this. She's gonna be like, "What about me?" But no, I have really cool parents. They're very supportive, and yeah, they helped me get to where I am with the support of like, do it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I needed to put that battery in my back. So
yeah,
shout out to the parents.
Absolutely. When was the first time you actually started like taking the influences that you heard around you and going and downloading the music yourself, or buying your own CDs or tapes or whatever you was buying at whatever age? Because I don't know.
I want to say it started off with the Spice Girls. I was a big Spice Girl fan.
Which one were you?
I was Crazy Spice. You know what? I was between Crazy Spice and Baby Spice.
Okay.
I don't know. I just thought Baby Spice was a cute name, but more of Crazy Spice, I saw, black girl. She was on her thing. She had the big curly hair, beautiful. Sporty Spice was cool too. All the spices, they're posh.
I was Sporty Spice.
Yeah, Sporty Spice was dope too. If I was to choose as an adult, I would probably say Sporty Spice. But like, having those influences from my big sister, she would have like the, what's that freaking CD compilation called? Now?
Yeah.
She would have like
15, 16, 17.
She had like the early days where it had Destiny's Child on there. Ooh. Britney Spears, Lucky, that song was on there, and Sing. So you had like all of those. Lucky. Yes. I can, if I can literally write down each song in order, I probably could do that because I knew the whole track list.
We about to look it up. You remember which Now?
Oh no! Don't do this to me! Don't do this to me.
Which Now it was?
I think it was Now either 6.
I'm about to look it up.
I think it was Now 6.
Now 6.
Just look up Lucky and ask which Now that was on.
Why am I laughing like this? Lucky Britney
I know
Spears.
Maya was on there.
What song did she have on? No, well, we're about
Case
to
of the X.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dun. Yeah.
Dun.
Oh, no. It's not. So I typed in Britney Spears, so everything else is popping up but that. Regardless.
Don't test me anyway.
It's okay. No, I might pull it back out for another section of the show. I might pull it back out. All right. So let's fast forward a little bit. So you had a lot of musical influence around you. And you also said you danced, but did you ever experiment with music yourself instrumentally?
Oh, yes.
That is a word, by the way.
Yes.
I make up for it sometimes.
That's actually a word.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
So, like, did you ever decide, you know what? This shit is a vibe. Let me pick something up and start playing it.
Oh, no, for sure. That's kind of like how it began. Okay. So I learned piano from, like, my dad. He used to have a keyboard around. And I learned that by ear. But then that translated to going to school and, like, being a part of, like, the jazz band. So I played the bass guitar.
Hey, for real?
Played the bass guitar.
I love learning these things about her.
It's so much I don't really talk about, but played the bass guitar. I was in marching band. I played this drum. It's called the quad drum. So it's like 4 drums. You put this harness on, and they're all sitting, and
you were fearless.
I did everything.
Fearless young girl.
I tried it out. My parents, they called me the experimental, the daredevil child. I just thought, like, this looks fun. Why not try it? And I feel like that kind of like shaped me to be as creative as I was as a child,
Yeah.
And
I played in a band too when I was in 6th grade.
What you play?
The flute. But the funny story is I actually wanted to play percussion. And so like when you're in 6th grade and you go to your first band class, you kind of try stuff out for me. And I was in the percussion section because I wanted to do that. And then one time one of these little white boys was laughing and making fun of me. He was like, why is this girl up here trying to play the drums?
Girl, I used to get it with the guys. They used to be mad because I used to beat them out.
I'm sure you
did.
They
used to be so frustrated.
Yeah.
I know if they're seeing this, they're probably gonna be like, girl,
fuck
they
them.
was mad.
Fuck them. But he said something about you should be playing the clarinet. And I was like, no, I'm gonna play the flute. So I
called you Squidward.
Yeah. But I don't, in a weird way, like the French horn section and the clarinet section were like, I don't know if they're baddies today type of girls. So
I was like, saying,
I'm gonna play the flute. That's fun and cute over there.
The baddies were definitely the flute players or the saxophone players.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brother played the sax.
Yeah. My brother did too.
Anyways, I remember at my heart, I was like, I want to be on the drums. And I think it was because of Drumline.
Yeah.
If that movie came out before 6th grade, but it probably did. Regardless, I ended up playing the flute, and I love being, the carrier of a melody. Anyways, but yeah, girl, I was in band too, and when I first started actually learning how to read music, I was like, oh yeah, I don't know what I was doing trying to play the keys,
girl.
Because I was trying to play it by ear too.
Well, I would say playing the keys is like the format starter of learning how to read music. Because I learned that in jazz band. So I was like dabble between that.
Okay.
The bass guitar and the piano. But, it's right there in front of you. You get to see the notes for real. The white keys, the black keys.
I didn't think about it like that.
Flats. Everything's right in front of you. It's easy to label. You know what I'm saying? Just put a little sticker.
I did not think. I thought
compared to playing the flute, that's crazy.
No, to me that's crazy. Or even the strings is crazy. Ooh,
really?
Question. Since you played the bass, can you play the Deja Vu? Dun, dun,
I haven't played the bass in so long to where like most of those bass lines when I was playing didn't really matter to me, but now that I hear it as a mature adult, I'm like, dang,
it's a hard
the bass line matters. Like I feel like that's missing in music today. Bass lines.
Yeah.
Bass lines is missing.
I can't remember the last time I heard a bass line. It was like, okay, oh no, Big X the Plug I think got some bass lines on some just
I gotta check him out. I'm
should.
Yeah, I'm behind.
He makes like plastic couch rolling up type of music. Ooh. You gotta be smoking on the plastic couch.
I don't smoke, but
we talked about this.
Some wine. I gotta drink some wine to it.
You could drink some
wine.
Okay,
perfect.
Or some Alizé. Anyways, let's go back to where we came from. We both have attention issues.
We do. The ADHD.
Yes,
it's Dean.
We will be talking all over the place, but I want to go back to where I picked up on you playing instruments yourself.
Yeah.
And then from there, did you ever start writing at that early age? Like, do you have some shit in the cut that you don't want to tell people about?
I tried to rap.
Okay. What was your rap name?
I don't even think I had a name. I think it was just more so of me like writing stuff down that I shouldn't have been doing at that age, just off of influence.
Okay.
Not to throw nobody under the bus, because I can't even think of anybody who influenced me to do it. But actually, no, I ain't gonna say Missy Elliott, because that's my number one.
Okay,
but
I can see that all over.
Yeah, I love Missy. Oh, obsessed. Went to 3 of her shows actually.
Whoa, you went to a Missy show?
3 of them. She just got off tour.
I know.
Yeah, I was in Detroit, Chicago, and LA. Girl, obsessed. Best rap performer.
Okay, she still got it.
Like, I don't even want to call her a rapper. One of the best entertainers.
Okay.
Yeah, but girl, what was we talking about? See, in my mind.
We were talking about when you rap. You was rapping.
Oh, rapping. Okay, yeah. So I tried to write that stuff down, but as far as like writing a song and singing it at that age, it wasn't nothing that crossed my mind ever. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was in choir, but like I was just reading off the the script.
That was in school or was it in church?
It was in school.
Difference.
Yes, it's a huge difference because I ain't I ain't a singer, but I can hold that song.
I think we all got it in us somewhere.
Yeah. Especially when you black.
Did you go to church?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was in church.
But the choir that you probably sing, it was like
it was what was it called? Madrigals? Was it Madrigals?
Y'all had a fire Christmas show, didn't you?
We had fire Christmas shows. We used to do competitions too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It was like a high school competition thing. Yeah.
So you've been dabbling in music in a lot of different ways. Very experimental, literally since you were. Mm-hmm. You could walk probably at this point.
Since I was, yeah.
Because the drums, the keys, all that. Like, and I said that earlier because I'm like, I remember being a little girl and being like, oh no, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should play the flute. Like, I should have played the fucking drums.
No.
But
try it all because you never know. And playing the drums kind of like helps me jump over the curve of being or starting to DJ because beat per minute. Tempo is a thing. It's a key element when it comes to DJing, besides, knowing catalog and everything else. But beat matching, when you're blending 2 songs together, it has to make sense, right? So with being able to, like, keep up with drum patterns and know, like, the sound of it, it just came to me so easy.
So when did you bridge into selecting from, I guess, your ages when you were playing in the band? Mm-hmm. And maybe even rapping a little bit. Like, when did you decide to?
Don't tell nobody that. it's out here now.
You have to bust a freestyle.
Oh, that's so cringe. Okay, you were saying, how did I?
Yeah, how'd you get into selecting?
So, It happened on accident. I'm not going to say it happened on accident because I always wanted to learn how to DJ. When I was in high school, I had friends who were DJs when I was more into hosting fashion shows. So I used to put fashion shows together at the age 15 and throw big shows with production and everything. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know how my parents kept up with everything, but
shout out to them though. They really cultivated an environment that made you feel safe.
They did. Try all of that. They let me be fearless, and I plan on doing that when when it's time for me to have a child. But
now I feel like I gotta go to the fashion aspect before we get into DJing then, because that came first.
Oh, it's a lot. No, yeah, it happened, and then transition.
Tell us the story. I'm gonna sit back and stop talking for a second.
So, like I said, I always wanted to learn, but it never really it wasn't like a priority for me because I was like, I'm a fashion girl. I like music. I was a musical. I danced. I did all of this stuff. But I was like, I really love fashion. And this is when Tumblr was a thing. So
you were probably Tumblr famous, weren't you?
Oh, no. I was not. I was behind the scenes. I was like appreciating the New York scene. Yeah. Like all the New York girls and the guys that would thrift and like take one thing and like rearranged it, turn it into something else, build a storefront and sell it. So I was into that. But then eventually, like from the DIY projects, turned to, okay, I want to cut and sew. And then it turned into, actually, I want to go to school for this. So when I graduated, I went to Columbia of Chicago. Okay. I wanted to go to FIT or something crazy in New York, but, cost, coming from, a place of, you're going to school to be a creative. It's like, it's different. We don't really have money to just be thrown away. Not to say it would be a throwaway, but I'm not using that degree. I'm not doing fashion today. So, back on the range. So I went to school. Financially, I had to drop out because it wasn't, working out. Went back home to cope with not being in school and kind of getting a little bit depressed and feeling like, the FOMO, fear of missing out. I went into the basement where my dad DJ setup is, and I just started like playing around with his equipment, which he did not like in the beginning. He did not want me to touch his stuff at all.
Like, because he didn't want you to be a DJ, or he didn't want you to touch it because you're going to break it?
He didn't want me to break it.
Are you clumsy too?
I'm very clumsy.
Me too.
Girl, I'll be tripping over myself. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But he was, yeah. He was more so like, don't touch it because, I don't want you to mess something up. If I'm around, we can do something together, but like if I'm not around, like, don't touch it.
Do you agree with him now
No, I don't. And I'll tell you this. Okay. I don't agree with him because one day he came home and he told me the story. I kind of forgot about this, but he came home and he was like, who got the radio on? Is it a DJ on the radio? Okay, cool. Sounds good. Wait, that's you downstairs playing? Wait, what? So it was kind of like one of those moments. It was like, you let me do my thing and look where I'm at. Look what I'm doing.
Was it vinyl?
It wasn't. He had CDJs, but at the time I didn't have a laptop. So I would literally, like we were talking about earlier, burning music. CD. I would burn a CD, stick it in there, and I would have to beat match by ear. So I learned kind of not in a vinyl way, but with vinyl you don't have like a, technology to help you sync music. But like, I had to literally learn by ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You was just doing.
I was in the fields. My first gig was on CDs. And crazy enough.
Wait. What was that?
This was. It was possible because I was still burning music on my little Mac computer.
Oh, this was like when the Macs had the slot. At least in I know in 2010 they did.
No, it was probably an old Mac though. Okay. This was like, my first gig was like 2014, I believe. 2014.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Dang, it's my 10th year. Is it 2014?
Since your first
So I was in the basement for a minute, but then I eventually...
Were people coming to the basement? In Hardy?
No, but I would share all my... Mixes online.
Where?
Snapchat. Like, I would give people like little glimpse. And then that's what made me become a DJ, because people would be like, what's your DJ name? Where can we like listen to more mixes?
Okay, I get it. It's coming full circle.
Yeah, they were like, yeah. So I had to be like, I had to give the people what they wanted at that point.
And that's how you accidentally became a DJ.
And that's how I accidentally became a DJ.
And here we are. Beautiful story. And then when did you break out the bass? Like, when was the first gig you got? And tell me the story about that one.
The first gig I got was this event called Red Cup Sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And
10 years ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
and they were very notable for like doing a lot of showcases. They would have like real spit
in Detroit.
Yeah, in Detroit.
Okay.
I think Big Sean did a few. Early Mac, like some of those Detroit
like it would
staples.
be like a department store in Atlanta.
Yes. Oh, you know about department store,
girl? Yes,
I missed that era when I lived in Atlanta, so I'm kind of sad about that.
That's kind of why I got in the music industry.
What?
I was always around like people coming up.
Edgewood, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Music room, all that.
I've done music room. I'm a DJ. Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
Tate performed at my going away party at the basement of music room.
What?
Did you DJ? This was 2019.
I had to probably be the
You
DJ.
probably DJ'd. Was I there? I got video footage, so I'll show it to you.
Probably not. I feel like maybe she probably would have got somebody local.
This is when she was young, baby Tate.
Yeah, I was with her since
Right.
that moment.
Okay.
It's like 2018.
Dang. Yeah, girl. It was.
We gotta look back at the
It was
pictures.
with Kaya Lacey.
Kaya's homie.
And Neela was there.
Neela?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
I was around, girl.
Okay, we gotta look back at some pictures. I gotta
Right.
see this.
We will. Anyways, I completely interjected.
So, yeah. So Red Cup.
Yes, Red Cup.
I was at Red Cup, and they actually didn't have me perform for the crowd. They had me perform behind the scenes in their VIP section room.
Okay.
Just, as a person who... Ooh, let me tell you the story about that, actually. So, thank God I didn't perform for a full crowd.
What happened?
Because the CDs, right? I had them on like a little spindle. And getting out the car, the spindle fell. So majority of my songs out the window. I only had one CD to go back and forth with. And when I say like that CD probably had only like 40 minutes worth of music on it.
And it was probably like a 2-3 hours.
I had to DJ for 2-3 hours. But you had people coming in and out that was not paying attention.
Okay.
So it was like,
But still,
thank God I'm not on
first
the stage.
gig.
First gig, I freaked out. My dad was with me.
So
he was
with
there.
you?
Girl, he was there. I was like, Dad. He's like,
that.
nobody's paying attention. Nobody's paying attention. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. But yeah, we made it work. I'm like, Jesus, I've been through some moments.
Girl, but look where you at now.
Well, on a couch with Drea.
You could have thank you. You could have very well let that moment determine like your fate with DJ. You could have been like, you know what, I'm doomed. I probably would have did that. I would have been like, you know what,
sure.
let me just sit my ass down.
Yeah,
But
it was getting to that point for me. I was just like,
all right.
dang, I was second guessing everything. I was like, ooh, I know this is the first gig, but it worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
And you've transitioned many times, obviously, as the industry changes, as new technologies and stuff changes. As a DJ, you have to learn how to use new things. Tell me more about that from the DJ end and how that is keeping up.
Yeah, so like on the DJ end, keeping up with technology is a lot, but I've actually been reversing the technology.
Okay.
So like after doing the CDJs, I eventually moved on to using my laptop, using a controller. And that was going on for some years until I became like a DJ who worked with an artist, who had to do festivals, who had to go with the industry standard of CDJs. So then I had to learn how to use a laptop with the CDJs. And then like my current state of my transitioning is going straight USB, which I'm still kind of getting
weird to
it's
me.
good. I'm getting adjusted because I've been so privileged with being able to type up my music and like going straight to like the selected vibe that I want to get to immediately.
Right.
But when you have like USBs, there's a lot of preparation. I'm very unorganized.
Yeah, and then what if you lose it? That's why I say it's weird. Like you just have this thing that's like that the party is on this fob.
It's over with.
So it is over with if you lose that.
If you lose it,
you can't Bluetooth the set to the thing, the controller.
No, you will have to get another USB, have your laptop so you can actually like take all that music and put it back on there, and it could take hours.
I'm about to say that probably can take a long time.
Yeah, so my best bet is to have backup on backup, and that's one thing about a DJ. You just gotta have backup plans. Like yesterday, we did another platform, and when we got there, they didn't have the equipment they didn't have equipment at all, and they didn't specify that they wouldn't have equipment.
Yeah, and
so we had to figure it out. I brought my laptop, and I was just telling Tammy, my PR here. I was telling her, I was saying like, I don't want to bring my laptop. She's like, Sky, bring it just in case. I'm like, Tammy, I want to take the training wheels off. I just wanted to bring a USB. She's like, Sky, I'll carry it. If you don't want to carry it, I'll carry it. Yeah. And look, I used my laptop for that performance yesterday. So you just gotta be prepared and have backup plans and just kind of like, be organized, very organized.
That's something that people always learning. Like to this day, I'm still learning that about myself and in general.
That's every day.
But I'm glad that Tammy reminded you to bring that with you so that you didn't let that.
Shout out to Tammy.
Right.
Tammy girl.
I want to talk more about though your transition from DJing into your own artistry and making music yourself, because that's the other part of this square one. So we have many square ones with her because she does everything.
So much square one.
But tapping back into some of the questions I asked you yesterday, how would you explain your music to people who haven't heard it yet?
Yeah, so like I typically try to go with saying that my music is very futuristic because I'm trying to create something that has never been done before. I recently heard another artist speak on advice that Missy Elliott gave her. And she mentioned that Missy Elliott said, don't change who you are, don't change what you're doing, just let everybody else catch up. And I think that's the type of sound I'm trying to create. I want people to be confused. I want people to not understand it. You know what I'm saying? I want people to be like, oh, that's not what we expected from Sky Jetta. You know what I'm saying? Because Sky Jetta is typically open format. Sky Jetta goes with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think reverting back to what we talked about in my early days, I grew up listening to, you know, a lot of that funky dance music on the radios. That was normal for us. That was they would call it eggs and grits mix. So it would come on over the weekend, you know, we would hear it on the radio, heading to where we heading to over the weekend. And it was that junk. It was that thing. It was that, you know, something our parents would listen to too. So
it was passed down.
Yes. And it feels like a full cycle because now that sound is being it's being capitalized in many ways. And I'm like, if anybody gonna capitalize on it, a black woman from Detroit is gonna capitalize on that sound. Because I love the sound. It's not even about capitalizing. It's more so about going back to what I originally started doing. Because I was doing ghetto tech when I became a DJ. But like with the bookings, I kind of let that deter me from like what I truly was doing in my purpose of doing it. So here we go. We're back at square one.
So now you're back at square one, and now you're doing it yourself.
Yes.
And you say that your sound is very experimental. When you are sitting down writing and or co-producing or however you create in your process, where is it coming from? Like, it's not like you're like, oh, I want to do this that person did. If it's that futuristic, well, I've heard it, so it is. But like, where is it coming from and how does it flow out of you?
So it starts with me working with a producer named Locum. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Locum.
We've been able to get this little ball rolling of like, all right, what do we want to create? What's the inspiration for what we're creating? How can we do something that texturizes what we're trying to do? So being in Chicago, this is, you know, where I stay, they have juke music, house music, all these different sounds. But when you look at you know, what they're doing in the UK, they have drum and bass, jungle, and all of these sounds have been kind of like inspired by what we have in our backyard. So we're like, okay, Scott, you like drum and bass, let's do drum and bass, but let's modernize it a little bit with a little bit of juke drums, like a little bit of bass, a little bit of that type of feel on top of adding a bit of that jazzy R&B feel that, you know, Chicago's known for. Because when you look back into like Chicago's past or history, you know, you got like the No Names, the Sminos. They all use a little bit of instrumental.
I forgot Smino from
Chicago. He's not from Chicago, but
St. Louis, right?
He's from St. Louis. He did have his run though. He came up in Chicago musically, with working at Classic Studios.
Oh, I didn't know that. Shout out to Smino.
Shout out to Smee. Shout out to Classic Studios. Shout out to LTN. Shout out to everybody. But yeah, like when you listen to like a Chicago music, it's very jazz heavy. So the latest song that I just created, it feels so Chicago, but it also feels different to a degree because like I'm adding these dance elements to it. So, you know, I'm still experimenting. You know, we still have ways to go.
You got your cauldron, you putting everything in the pot.
Girl, what would Little B say? The little, you know, the little saucy dance. Anyway,
I know what you mean.
That's ADHD.
I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah.
I was gonna say whip it, or cut it. I was gonna say cut it.
Yeah, I don't know that.
All right, girl. So let's reveal your taste and sound. I'm gonna play a few games and give you a few prompts. But first, I'm going to start out by setting the scene. And I'm just going to assume that you've experienced this before by the way, or by what I've seen from your music and your music videos.
Okay.
Okay. So first, I need you to relax. Can you lay back a little bit? Like,
this is okay. So I'm gonna just
you're not gonna need to talk that much.
Oh,
yeah. You lay back. All right, and then put your palms on your thighs. I hope you don't fall out the chair. Hold on. It's okay. I gotta get things to anchor this chair. Sorry, y'all. I'm still building. All right. All right. You like that? Now just breathe in and breathe out. You're gonna kind of like meditate or like envision what I'm saying. All right. So I'm all up in your ear, real crispy. All right, Jetta. This is actually Lil Jetta because she's going to her very first rave. Okay, so she has on her little like neon wristbands. I don't know what she wearing to a rave, but maybe the blue and green and pink hairballs in your hair with little pigtails, a little crazy emo bang on the side, some furry boots. I don't know. I'm making this shit up, but you got your girls and y'all all like snuck out to go to this rave, and you walk in the rave, the very first one, right? And you see all this fog and these neon lights strobing and stuff and people dressed just like y'all. What song is playing as you walk into that dark pit of the first rave you ever went to?
Do I tell you?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm listening to ass, titties, ass and titties. Ass.
Listen, who is? I need that.
DJ Assault. I'm listening to DJ Assault walking in.
DJ Assault, ass and titties.
Ass and titties.
What age and year did you go to your first rave?
Oh, probably sometime. And actually, I didn't go to my first rave until I was a dog.
Okay.
So I would say probably like about 21.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, that's what I did. Not like an underage going to a rave. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say. I ain't trying to say too much.
It's a little too experimental.
You just have to hear.
Okay, you go open your eyes and come back to life. Okay, so DJ Assault, Ass and Titties. I need to find that on SoundCloud or something.
Oh, yes. Add that to your playlist. You have never heard that song?
I may have. I just didn't know.
Dang, I want to play it for you so bad.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying. I wish
what
you could play.
What movie was that? Was that 21st Jump Street when they were dancing to it?
And I haven't seen 21st Jump Street, but don't take my black card.
Dang. Okay.
But it's like a black and a white person in it. So it's not just a black movie.
Yeah. Wait, no.
21 Jump Street?
No,
I'm thinking White Man Can't Jump.
Those two white boys.
No.
Oh my God. What's his name?
You know what?
Channing
Actually,
and,
let's just let it go.
Yeah, we gotta talk about it.
Let's just let it go. Let's let it go. All right, now we're gonna play another game, and this is the one I'm really looking forward to playing with you, because as a selector, you have to be like, kind of flowing with the vibe and on the spot with selecting what's next. Right. So we're gonna go back and forth. I think let's do 5 songs. This is gonna be hard for me too. Ooh. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna say one song, and you gotta respond what you would play.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay. Lose My Breath, Destiny's Child.
I would probably play One Thing by Amory.
Okay.
If I was to
mix those in. Damn, but I can't play Destiny's Child again because I just played it, right?
Yeah.
I'm a DJ, right?
Something with.
Okay, hold on. Okay. And
it's a drum. You're like the.
I know. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Ooh, Rock Your Hips.
Are we
by Crime Mob? We're playing. We're
going song by song.
We're going back and forth. We're on a DJ set. So I said Lose My Breath. You said One Thing. I just said Rock Your Hips, Crime Mob. We got to get off the drums though.
I would say Laffy Taffy.
Okay.
By D4L.
Okay, girl, shake that.
Or that Franchise Boys.
No, that's D4L. Laffy Taffy is D4L. Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna play Lean With It, Rock With It.
I'm gonna play some Cut.
Damn. Now, okay, so at this point, the twerking starting to really get intentional.
Okay.
If you're picturing the crowd, some Cut, that's
okay.
It might be a little, it's slowing
it's a slow
down
wine.
a little bit, but that doesn't mean we gotta slow all the way up.
What it is.
Damn. What do I do from some Cut? And I got 2 more to do after this too.
You can start over.
I can't.
New vibes.
Can I switch the vibe up?
If you want to.
I really feel like I'm DJing right now.
You're DJing.
Okay.
Forget those other people.
So then I'm about to just fuck them all up and play Party Like a Rock Star by Shop Boys.
And I'm going to play Wasted by Gucci Mane.
I love that. Okay, we closing the set off right there. That was perfect. That's perfect. Okay. All right, now I want to ask you this question. Well, A couple different ones. And this game is called Goto. So, like, what's the song you go to when? So, what's the song you go to when you walk into, well, I'll be walking to the gym because I live in New York, so I got to walk. When you're driving to the gym or when you're walking into the gym, you setting the tone for working out.
Oh, never would have made it.
Okay.
Not that.
I mean, sometimes it'd be like that for me, too.
I would probably play... That's after the gym.
That's how I be when I don't have my
tone that heart rate down. You gotta put the gospel.
You're right. And praise the Lord that you served yourself today.
Thank you for letting me make it through. But I would probably play like some No Doubt or like
which one? Hella Good.
No, I was gonna say dun, 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 Just a Girl.
Okay.
Or maybe Nelly Furtado, Promiscuous Girl.
Okay.
Type of vibe.
Oh my God, I missed that song.
I could not sing that song growing up. My dad would be like, no. And I didn't know what the word meant. But yeah, we gonna switch it up. But
I mean, yeah, rightfully so though.
I didn't know. I was like, what?
No, my dad was like that about Lollipop.
Really? Oh,
yeah, it was my ringtone. He was like, so you want a thug? He literally asked me that one time. Okay, what's the song you go to when you're putting your makeup on and you about to go on a date?
Oh, I'll probably listen to, I'm going to say anything off of Anti by Rihanna.
That's good.
Right? Because it makes you feel like you're a baddie.
Yeah.
And getting yourself together. Yeah. Anti.
It does make you feel like a man-eater a little bit, too. Yeah. Okay. All right. What's the song you play you go to when you're about to cook a really nice dinner, like the one that you probably like went to the grocery store like a couple hours before to get all the ingredients?
Oh, I probably The Way by Jill Scott. The Way.
Okay. Yeah. You cooking for somebody with that meal?
2 scrambled eggs, grits.
I'm dead. Not her singing. Okay, but we not cooking breakfast though. We cooking like it could be whatever you want to be, actually.
So if I'm making like a grown person meal, like a grown adult meal,
like your best skills in the kitchen is coming out on these nights.
I'll probably be listening to some D'Angelo Lady.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I love her earrings.
Soul food.
I hope you do too. That's why I made this show. Okay, yeah. I think I want to do one more game, and I got to think which one. You know what? I don't have a name for this one yet, but this is something
it's a new game.
Yeah, this is something I always do. Like, I'll find a song and I'll listen to it on repeat like crack over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, like, the last time I heard a song for the first time, and I literally didn't listen to anything but that song until I decided, okay, let me get off this song. It happens all the time for me. But the most recent song I did that for was Sasha Keeble featuring Black, Take Care of Me.
Okay.
Or Take Your Time. My bad. Take Your Time.
I gotta hear that.
It's good as fuck. It just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, put me
very
on.
good. It has a little choir in it. Like,
nice.
Yeah, it's
love a little.
And Black,
choir.
you know, Black got a texture
Black
to his
good.
voice. And Sasha Keeble, I'm putting you on to her if you haven't heard of her.
I've never heard of her.
Okay, Beyonce just co-signed her recently.
Period.
Sasha Keeble is a London-based, but from Colombia, R&B singer. Okay. But she got a lot of soul.
It's a lot of good, like R&B
London.
London is crazy.
They be acting too.
You ain't gonna talk about
people still. Oh yeah, the acting.
Idris Elba.
Yeah. So when's the last time you heard a song for the first time and you just kept feeding yourself that shit over and over and over?
I have 2 songs.
Okay.
And they're 2 women and they're 2 singers and they're both incredible.
Put me
First one I will say is One Wish by Raven Lenae.
Okay. I like Raven Lenae.
Well, she's great. And then the other one will be Cleo Soul, Life Will Be. The life will be.
When did that song come out?
If not early this year, last year.
Okay, I remember seeing that. I skipped over that.
She's good.
I need to go back and listen to it.
Oh, it speaks to your soul. And then if we want to get more technical, women, Summer Walker, Insane.
Oh, that one was a crack song for me too. Maybe I'm gonna call this section crack. Can I do that?
Yeah,
I guess I can.
Call it crack.
Yeah, it's crack. No.
Yeah,
Insane. So off that project, shout out to Dose, by the way.
Shout out to Dose.
On that project, it was Throw It Away from Me.
That whole project, I'm ready for the next one.
Me too. I'm so excited for the next
I'm a Summer Walker stan.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
Like, because when she first came out with that first music, it was like, actually, bitch, I didn't want to say that, but I couldn't say it out loud.
She says a lot. And then, like, going back to Insane, like, it makes you think about your real life and perspective. And I think just going through life, listening to that song, It's like, what she said, the first thing she says is, what you in a rush for? Are you trying to meet your maker, darling? Are you running out of time? And I said,
hold on, this bitch is crazy.
She said, but time ain't even real. You really need to chill. I said, that's me. I'm a Capricorn. Sit down. Relax. It ain't going nowhere.
I wonder what her sign is. Do you know?
I don't know. She's giving Sagittarius vibes, though.
Okay. I would thought she was a Cancer. I wanted her to be a Cancer.
She might be. She gives a lot of her emotion. That's my moon sign.
For real?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm a Cancer.
I love Cancers. Oh, I love Cancer.
That's me. You know, emotional, but it's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that was really fun. I loved hearing all your answers. But I wanted to get a little bit more into like a really big moment that's happened for you recently. And I feel like I can say it's NBC Live, but what would you say is like the biggest moment in your career most recently?
I would say the NBC Live was one of my favorite moments. It was...
Well, tell the fans what that actually is for the ones that didn't know.
So for NBC Live, it was called Detroit, Live in Detroit, where it was a concert based in Detroit with a whole bunch of Detroit legends. You know, it was a grand opening or reopening for our Central station. It used to be the train station back in the 80s, I believe. They closed it down and they were reopening it. Ford, the motor company, they bought it, put billions into it. And they wanted to celebrate the best way they could, you know, and they got the budget too.
That's fire.
So they televised it on NBC. It's actually considered for a Grammy at the moment. Yep.
Wait, so are you Grammy considered?
Yeah, I'm Grammy considered. Yeah.
Just
for DJing, you know, DJing thing.
Consider is right.
We had Diana Ross, myself, DJ'd, Big Sean, Jelly Roll, Jack White, Clark Sisters, Common, Slum Village.
Wow.
Who else was there? We had Mike
Is Common from Detroit?
Common isn't, but he did a tribute with Slum Village for J Dilla. So they did a J Dilla tribute.
Okay.
Yeah. So if the person wasn't from there, then they did a tribute. Fantasia.
Oh, you got to hear her live.
That's my new auntie. She called me her niece. So Fantasia, she was there.
Shout out to the auntie.
Shout out to Auntie Tasia, TT. And yeah, they had a host of different, presenters, from Mike Epps to some of the Lions players. It was big. It was really nice. Judge Mathis, he's from the city.
Yeah.
It was great.
And so when you got on that stage or however it was set up, were you overwhelmed by any feelings you hadn't experienced before?
I was beyond overwhelmed. That was the biggest crowd I've ever DJed for.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And I've done festivals and things like that.
Yeah.
But this was projected to have 30,000 people in attendance.
Shit.
Not, let alone it was on television live on every station that was local to Detroit. Plus it replayed for, the NBC Sunday special. So it was, it was a big deal. A lot of great press from it. Being mentioned in the same article as Diana Ross, like, come on now.
Already.
That's insane. Like, that's a legend. Girl. She was the people's Beyonce before Beyonce was Beyonce.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Supremes to Diana Ross, like, that's the blueprint right there.
Girl, I know that meant a lot to you.
It meant
a
so
hell of a
much.
Fucking lot. And coming off of, I don't want to say the success of that, but just kind of like the notoriety of that, were you, did you see like a surge in like new gigs and deals and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
To this very moment, a combination of that and doing my elevator set and that going pretty viral.
Yes, the elevator music set. Yeah.
Yeah. So those two things together, I've been getting a lot of great, cool opportunities. I've been able to work with a lot of cool brands, and just piggybacking off of that, I was just like, all right, this is like a rollout to my music. So this is why.
Actually, and they don't even know that for real.
And it wasn't supposed to be, but it just,
I love
God
that.
just set it up like that. It was like, okay. Because, I got a bigger following after that, after those special moments. So I was like, okay.
All right. So
got an audience. What's up?
That does kind of go into another thing I want to talk about before we get to the end of this is what's next. You played me some music yesterday that's not out yet, but can you tell some folks what I heard and what they can expect?
Yeah. So Drea heard. She heard some new stuff that I'm actually still having fun with. The latest thing that you heard was something I'm like, okay, I really, really like this direction. And my the producer that I'm working with, because we go back and forth, because I'm like co-producing some stuff and like letting him take the wheel on some other things. But we've been back and forth with the energy. He's like, no, let's make some rave music, and I'm like, not today. Like, today's a sad day for me.
Aww.
Yeah, or today just doesn't feel like a rave day, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? So the newer music is definitely its own thing from what I've released for my debut. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't hear any sad music in any of the things that you played for me. So is there some sad music out there?
I wouldn't say it's sad. I think more so of the subject. Yeah. It's a lot of emotions and a lot of the energy. I don't know. I think even when it comes down to like the certain melody choice of certain things, it all derives just how I'm feeling.
It's all a feeling.
Yeah, it's all a feeling thing. You know, you listen to certain music, you listen to turn up music because it's a turn up time, or you listen to like certain you listen to Janae when it's time to be chill, or it's time to, you know.
Yeah, her voice just makes
soothing.
Heartbreak.
Yeah.
I think she's gotten out of that though.
No, of course. Yeah, she got a great man, Busty.
Yeah,
she got a great man. Detroit.
Yeah. All right, girl. So we rounding out the show, and hold on, my bad, y'all. I'll edit that out. All right, so we're rounding out the show, and I know that like we've known each other for a while. We've worked. I guess you DJ'd at my going away party. Didn't even realize that, or maybe
we gotta fact check.
We have to fact check it, but
I don't take credit. Somebody's like, "Girl, that was me."
No, I don't think there was.
And I'm getting hate mail because
was there a DJ? Okay, regardless, I'll pull up the video after this. But all right, do you have any questions for me, or at least one question?
I will say, who is an artist? Oh, okay. What artist have you discovered? What artist have you discovered that you were like telling people like, oh, this person's gonna pop, and they actually popped? You have like any? Because like, you know, I'm sure like with being in your role, like the A&R field, or just, you know.
That's a good ass question, because
I feel like DJs, we go through that a lot. I always see people and I'm like, oh, this person's about to go crazy, and then like a year later nobody would hear me. Like, I've been following Tizo for a very long time. It was to a point like where we, you know, got familiar with each other before he popped off.
Yeah, that's a good question. So where I sit on things, popping could mean pop as in like they're gonna be a great artist, like they're gonna have a tiered career,
okay,
or like, oh, this shit's gonna go viral, or like this sound is gonna get picked up,
right? So it's levels.
Yes,
of these
there are
artists.
levels. There are levels. I'm trying to answer that question without like, you
throwing
know,
names out there.
No, well, I'm gonna say a name, but I don't want to say which one it was.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to go into that detail. Just
I will. No, actually, no. One that I know for sure was one that I discovered. I was like, okay, she's doing something different. Her sound is very much who?
Doechii?
No,
Baby.
I was gonna say Layla. Yeah,
fire.
Yeah, when I first heard, do you want me like that? It sounded like, oh girl, what are you doing? But then it's like, if you sit there and listen to it, it's like, oh, she's having fun in her motherfucking
She's
room.
having fun,
and she's singing melodies that are just coming to her out of her, and that is part of learning your sound, because you learn your sound enough, you learn how to be in the strongest instrument possible, and you learn how to feel some type of way. You know exactly how to produce the energy you need out of yourself. I hear that in a lot of what she does and in her project. Yeah, if you listen through her project,
like, it's there.
And I experienced her live. Well, I've experienced her live a few times, but like her first real live show was at Baby's Alright a couple weeks ago.
Fire. How was that?
It was so good.
Oh.
And I hadn't seen her perform since a year ago when she performed at the SoundCloud's Christmas party.
Okay.
And there's been so much growth since then.
So you've been giving performances.
Yeah.
So you
I've been there for that.
There.
I'm like, okay, y'all, like the whole theme of the Christmas party was Young Black Brooklyn.
Wow.
Shout out to Sycamore, because when I met Sycamore, he's the one that told me about her, but I heard her music before, because actually Like That was having a mini TikTok moment a year ago.
No, like, for sure.
Over a year ago.
Everyone was doing a little dance to it.
Yeah, that one. So yeah, that's the last time I seen, or I was like, okay, this is gonna blow, and it blew. And
Nice.
literally, we had a campaign with her. And was it for September? Yeah, where we have like this is the artist of the month that you should be paying attention to.
Fire.
And her campaign outperformed all the ones we've ever done.
Wow.
In the U.S. at least.
Yeah, I think that's because, in my opinion, it's just like seeing an artist who come from that world to like everyone sees the growth. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's tremendous. Like the project she just put out.
Yeah,
I've been seeing it all over people's stories. People have been saying like their favorite songs. So you guys having that platform for her and providing that in the early stages of actually believing in what could be. I don't think people put that energy into artists anymore.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they really don't.
It's kind of like, oh, what's the numbers look like? And it's
exactly.
Like,
that's why I was like, there's two sides to it.
Yeah.
But your girl, shout out to Layla, shout out to her team, shout out to her mom, all them folks over there at 3XL. But all right, it's been such a pleasure to have you in here today, and I can't wait for this to hit the internet because I feel like I just got so many new things about her that a lot of people probably don't fucking know.
I don't talk to nobody about
Great.
it.
All right, well, she came to Dre's Vibe.
Here.
So, all right, y'all. Peace out.